does success look like? If I'm looking at the programme of study again as a head of department, how do I know I'm meeting the needs of the curriculum?
You're meeting the needs of the curriculum by actually looking at what it is you're going to do as a series of, if you like, episodes. I'm not going to call them projects, they're episodes out there throughout that. What success looks like, I would say, and this might sound a bit naff to people, is students saying at the end of a lesson, do we have to go to the next lesson? That's success. It's not about grades 8, well, it's not, it's numbers now. It's not about getting a number, it's about getting students who are rounded individuals, who enjoy the subject, who don't want to move away from the subject, who understand what they're learning. And as I say, I know it sounds a bit glib, and I know that won't answer senior management why I've only got these grades. But what it does do is, I think that a happy student, or a student who feels safe in the environment of designing, to be able to take a risk or to be able to, do something a little bit different, is going to achieve better at Key Stage 4 than one who constantly feels under pressure to actually do something that they don't really understand or want to do. So to me, success looks like a happy child. And there's a great saying that I saw in Riva by an Italian philanthropist who was very big in the creative field. And this was a museum for children and creativity. And it goes something like, a creative child is a happy child. And that's what it should be all about. I think we focus on a lot of the wrong things in every subject. But what we're trying to do is look at the design and technology journey. And at the end of that journey, we want students to feel proud of what they've achieved, but also to be happy to move on to the next stage.
We've slightly touched on this already, but what I wanted to just think about is, obviously as an exam board we look at Key Stage 4, Key Stage 5 and our specifications, but there are a pocket of students that we know don't go on to Key Stage 4 and Key Stage 5, and I think as a D&T teacher it's obviously really important to think about those Year 9 students who aren't going to continue with studying. What are the skills that we want to have at the end of Year 9 for those students to move on and take into later life, even though they're not going to continue the study of design?
Well, again, I think that's an important question and a good question, because it's been asked loads of times, hasn't it? And a lot of children do not take design technology at Key Stage 4. But I also feel that at Key Stage 3 they ought to have a skills passport. In other words, every assignment that you do, the skills that you develop should be acknowledged somehow and somewhere. It's a bit like, you might remember this, you might have even been at school when they had a record of achievement. There needs to be some kind of record of achievement. Can you remember the old record of achievements with it looked like a restaurant menu? Sorry, I'm going off tangent here, so you can cut this out. I always said you could start a restaurant called the National Record of Achievement because you've already got the menus outside printed. So yeah, they need kind of a skills passport. But the other thing is, I think as a department in a school, you should be telling the outside world at the end of Key Stage 3, our students have done X, they've solved problems, and then go back to locality, they've worked in the locality, they've developed skills in X, Y and Z, as well as, so you've got the thinking skills, but you've also got the practical skills. And I think that is really important, because what you're doing then is saying, you've got a document here. If you go to an apprenticeship, some of those skills that you will learn, particularly the softer skills, you can say, look, this is what I did when I was in Key Stage 3 DT. Other subjects don't do that. We should be pushing it like I don't know what.